yogis, how are you? My name is Crystal Gray. I'm a Yoga Club Tribe Leader, and I'm so excited to be able to share some tutorials with you. Today we'll be working on Sun Salutation A or Surya Namaskara A, and we'll be doing a more basic variation. So just because I say basic doesn't mean that it's easy. Remember that. So if it's challenging for you, that's good. It means that you're where you should be today. All right, so start up towards the front of the mat with your big toes together to touch. We're coming into a pose called Tadasana or standing mountain pose. Your heels can be together or they can be up to an inch and a half apart. It just depends on your feet. And then start to bring the weight back towards the heels. Gently squeeze the quads so that you don't hyperextend the knees. Bring the pelvis into neutral, so we just don't want the booty sticking out. We don't want it tucked under. So just try to find that space right in between. Lift the entire rib cage up, so rather than just lift the chest, lift the entire rib cage, let the shoulders relax, arms by the sides, chin parallel to the ground. Gaze out at the horizon. Your gazing point is called your drishti. So it's one pointed focus. It will help you to calm the mind. It'll help to just keep you a little bit more in the present moment. So taking some breaths here. In and out through the nose if that feels okay. If you know your Ujjayi breath, of course you can use that. If you don't worry about it. It's just a very gentle valving of the back of the throat. It kind of makes the sound. That also helps to keep your mind a little bit more focused as we move through our flow. So ground down into the feet as you exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch. You can bend the knees, exhale, fold forward, tipping the pelvis so that the tailbone lifts up, let the head hang. You do not have to touch the ground. Inhale, come halfway up, wherever you need to go to get a flat back. Bend your knees, plant your hands, exhale, step back to plank, top of a push-up. So pushing your heels back here, draw your chest forward and your shoulders back slightly, navel to spine. So it's almost like you're rounding your back just a little bit. So just think about puffing up the low back. Inhale, push forward so the shoulders come past the wrists. Knees can come down in this variation. Exhale, lower down, keep your shoulders plugged in. Chest lands before the belly, okay? So don't roll down. Uncurl the toes, push the toenails into the mat. Inhale, push into the knuckles, lifting the chest forward and up. Exhale, come down, curl the toes under, draw the shoulders away from the mat. Inhale, push up in a straight line, try not to roll up. Exhale, lift the hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. Okay, so bend your knees and look forward a little bit. Pointer fingers pointing forward, knuckles pushing down into the mat. Push into the knuckles, sending the hips up and back. So you're in a straight line from the wrist all the way up to the hips. Draw your low ribs in slightly and walk the dog. Push one heel down and the other heel down, just opening up the backs of the legs a little bit more, the low back. And start to walk the feet forward, big toes touch. Inhale, come halfway up, monkey pose. Exhale, fold over the legs, ground down into the feet, look out. Inhale, come up with a flat back, circle the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, arms down by the sides. Two more. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Let the spine pour out from the hips. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Ardha Uttanasana, bend your knees. Exhale, step back to plank, top of a push-up. Inhale, push forward. Make sure that you're not reaching with the head. Draw the head back. Exhale, lower the knees, lower down in a straight line. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, chest forward and up. Bhujangasana, cobra. Exhale, come down, curl the toes under. Inhale, push up in a straight line. Exhale, hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Making sure that the knees are parallel, feet are parallel. Heels do not need to be down. A lot of times if we cram the heels down, it makes the back round. So I like to have the back straight. And walk the feet forward. Big toes touch. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Squeeze the legs together, look out. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, arms down by the sides. Now there's a lot of different ways you can do the arms. It just depends on how the teacher learned it. I switch it up often, okay? So don't let that confuse you. Inhale, one more, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway, monkey. Bend your knees, exhale, step back to plank, trying to alternate the feet you step with. Inhale, push forward, knees can come down. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in, lower down, uncurl the toes. Inhale, chest forward and up. Exhale, down. Curl the toes under. Inhale, push up in a straight line. Exhale, hips up and back. So bend your knees a little bit. Roll the shoulders away from each other. So upper arms by your biceps. Roll those away. Roll the forearms in, keeping the knuckles heavy. And walk the feet forward. Big toes touch. Inhale, reach the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, fold. Ground down into the feet, look out. Inhale, come up with a flat back, arms overhead. Exhale, arms by the sides. Taking a few breaths here as we end our flow. All right, so Sun Salutations or Surya Namaskara A, that's a really great way just to kind of wake up in the morning after you've gotten going just a little bit. Maybe not whenever you just get out of bed, but it's a good way to really open up and wake up the body in the morning. It's also a really good thing to do before any other poses. So if there's a pose you really want to practice, that would be a good way to start getting warmed up. Feel free to hold downward facing dog for 5 or even 10 breaths to build up a little bit more heat and to build the strength in the arms, as well as open up the low back and the hamstrings. If you guys have any other tutorials you'd love to see or anything that didn't quite land with you today in this video, please put that in the comments and I'll be sure to touch on that shortly. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Namaste.